All right. But let's get into this. Now, hip hop gets its official credit with starting in the Bronx, New York. All right. She's going to be in the mid 70s. I'm going to give a big shout out to the father of hip hop, DJ Kool Herc. In October of 1985, the very October that I'm born, Gucci Time would be the first official rap song to lay gangster rap lyrics. Now, it's important to know this song came from Philly, not New York. Hip hop in New York was about empowerment. It was on the light side, the good side.
I think I don't want to blame it all on the powers that be, but violence sells, and the power knows that. The conscious level in the hood is low right now because of that. The majority rules. If the majority is talking blue and somebody else come out talking gray, it's hard for that person to get people to see that color because there's so much blue out there.
And now this is why I hold my opinion that New York held hip hop up by gatekeeping and dominating the hip hop industry. Gangsta music, when I was growing up, is nothing like the gangsta music we have today. A great example I'll talk about is someone like DMX. Rugged and Great, those albums came with prayers and confessions, a conscious effort to acknowledge right from wrong, and the glorification was just not what we see today at all. 50 Cent was the first rapper to take gangster street music all the way mainstream. Prior to 50 Cent, artists that had these questionable backgrounds and overly emphasis on the street music, they were nervous about that. But 50 Cent broke so many records and made people consider forever, all right? But just as 50 was coming on the scene, I think a few years later, we will see another significant change, the Southern Takeover. And I believe it comes through a full heat when I'm in my freshman or sophomore year of college down in Miami.
Hopefully, man, time is coming full circle again.
Remember what I told you at the beginning of this. DJ Kool Herc held a party for what? For kids to go back to school. Look at those old Public Enemy videos. They holding rallies for United with Africa. Nothing like LL Cool J, another Queens native. Usually as a Queens, we handle business the right way. But anyway, nothing like how LL Cool J getting the Gap deal or rocking a FUBU hat on the commercial. You ain't real if you ain't got that European appeal. That's what these Southern artists and all the materialistic things, that's what they're saying. All right, you may not like it, but that's what's being said. And even a strong decline in the female artists, the strip clubs. Is that it? That's pretty sad, right? The hookah lounges, that's what's black in hip hop now. It's pretty sad, right? Because the foreign cars and the luxury clothing, that's not us. We don't own that stuff. It's becoming a shell of what it once was. Hip hop's become a prison for us. It just teases us and destroys. And honestly, if you listen to it too much, it rots your brains. It really does. I think hip hop is going through what rock and roll faced. We are currently going through the heavy metal, death metal phase of rap music. That was the tail end of rock and roll. I argue if you love something, then you are compelled to criticize it because you were the best for it. But like I talked about those DMX pieces, right? DMX would put prayers on those albums. I was 12, 13 listening to that, hearing this grown man talk about, dear Lord, forgive me for the sins I've committed. I know I'm wrong, I'm trying to be right. That's important for me to hear.